We're at Lambeth College, and today we've been talking about insurance.
They could not buy their house without insurance. I like to talk to students when they're studying because most of them have no understanding of the careers available in insurance. Very often their only knowledge of insurance is when they've tried to buy some motor insurance and it's cost them an arm and a leg. Whereas in reality, our industry is hugely diverse. Insurance is all about that some of you are going to have accidents. But all of you pay a small sum so that one or two of you that have a really big accident are looked after.
The Discover Risk campaign is really all about explaining to people still in education what the opportunities are in the insurance and risk sector. And we do that by having a website, discoverrisk.co.uk, and also we've developed a board game that we have launched into schools for sixth form students.
We use the Discover Risk board game because it's a way of getting people to understand that life has its risks and that you can actually measure risk, you can gauge what risk to take and which risk to put to one side.
And you have risk everywhere, everything, from the smallest to the biggest, you have risk.
Risk is really a relative term. We all take risks every day. Every time you wake up and get out of bed, there is a whole host of risks presented to you. It's how we view them. Calculation of risk is obviously incredibly important because, in my line of work, if you get it wrong, if you're lucky you get hurt, if you're unlucky then you might never be doing anything ever again. So the Discover Risk campaign aims to show young people not only about the insurance industry, but to develop life skills for the workplace.
I've always known about the different sort of risks that people have to take, but today I actually got an insight about the actual real life scenarios that actually happen in these sort of big companies.
Well, the board game was a bit tense. My group actually came second, but it's got a lot of points that you actually learn things by playing games other than just watching them on a board or hearing people talking.
The board game was really interesting. We had to think about the sort of different risks that we had to take, so we had to think on our feet.
We think it's really important that we give good careers advice to students at schools because things are changing at the moment. Some students won't be able to go to university. They need to know what options are open for them if they leave school, and our profession is one of those options that's open to them.
Well, during today's workshop, I've learnt a lot about insurance, which I didn't, expect, because you normally just hear, oh, insurance covers your life, insurance covers your house, but it actually opened our eyes that it does a lot more.
There's all kinds of exciting careers out there, from insuring pop concerts or the World Cup. For example, if Bono loses his voice before a big world tour, that could cost millions.
Insurance is such a diverse industry. There is room and scope for everybody to build a really good career. Our industry is hugely diverse and we cover almost all the range of business skills. Any number of schools can take part in the board game. We'll provide them with some help and assistance, but any school that wants to encourage their people to understand about risk can take our board game.
Yes, if people want to get involved and have the game played at their school, they can either visit the website, which is discoverrisk.co.uk, or they can send an email to discover@cii.co.uk.